Just a moment from now.
It's nice to see you here instead of the back of a limo in LA somewhere.
Well, let me bid you hello. Good evening, everybody, as we welcome you to the 2022 Huskie Summer Circuit, a part of this year's Victory Bash. I can't tell you how great it is to see everybody in person. This thing began way back in 2014, you remember, and the last couple of years, we've not had the opportunity to be face-to-face, to be live, but we do this time around. Special welcome to everybody joining us live. We are in St. Charles here at the Pollyanna Brewing Company. Terrific hosts, and so very happy to be here. And a very special welcome to those of you watching via the NIU Athletic YouTube channel. Tell you what's time to talk some Huskie Athletics, and what better way to begin? Let me introduce to you the NIU Vice President of Director of Athletics and Recreation. I can't believe you've been here 9 years. You're going into double digits with us. Sean Frazier.
We are, Bill. Thanks a lot for being here. It's been a great run. We've had a hell of a year, no question about it.
Yes, indeed. Mid-American Conference Championships, some individual championships. Coaches of the Year has been a great year athletically.
Yeah, we have, athletically and academically. We again, without compromising standards, are at a top level academically as well as in the field of competition. The coaches have done it, our student athletes have done it, our leadership has been there. So, this has been a bright year, and as we kind of go into 2022, we're going to even have a better year after this. So this is good stuff.
What about all the excitement surrounding the upcoming 2022 campaign and into 2023? And what a great way to begin with the Mid-American Conference Championship to defend football-wise in the month of September.
Yeah, you know what? We've had a lot of accolades individually as well as team, and it's great to be able to see the momentum, and our Huskie Nation has made it possible. So I want to say, first and foremost, the Huskie Nation, thank you very much for your support. We can't get it done without the support, the financial support. Round of applause, thank you so much. We've hit fundraising, levels that are at the highest level in our history. We've been able to do it academically, we've been able to do it athletically, and we can't get it done without the support. So again, this is just a part of the process, but we want to thank you so much for doing it day in and day out.
This is a gentleman, when he came to us 9 years ago, the first thing you did, and with so many different things happening around the world of intercollegiate athletics, you made sure that NIU had a seat at the table with everything that's going on. So very quickly, what's at the top of your desk? What's on your to-do list?
Well, there's a lot to do. Today is to talk about Huskie Athletics, number one, but we have a lot of things going on. NCAA, we have the transformational committee happening. We can talk about transfer portal. We can talk about name, image, and likeness. But you know what? The great thing about us, we're such a resilient group. We've had so many different trials and tribulations. From a no budget at some point in our career here to coming out of COVID to dealing with all the different things that go on. But you know what? The mainstay is the passion of our coaches and our student athletes. And I'm just lucky and humbled to be here, be a part of this journey. It's been fantastic.
And we've got our 16 head coaches that we're going to hear from, and you put together, I look at them, you've got a terrific group of people to work with, my friend. It's got to make your job easier.
They make me a little bit uncomfortable. They're all crowded up, ready to go about the bus to talk about their seasons, but they're fantastic. We get a chance to bond a little bit on the bus, talk a little smack. Some people talk more smack than others, right, Sam? But at the end of the day, we're bonded. We've been here a while. We've got some newcomers here. They'll be able to talk a little bit about it, but we've got some folks that have been, who've been here and have got blood in the bricks too. So it's really great to see the passion that we currently have, but also to the resiliency and our ability to produce day in and day out,
Indeed.
year in and year out,
Indeed.
all the great things that have happened with Huskie Athletics.
Sean, thank you so much. Let's get right to it. We want to hear these guys and everything. That's tonight's Huskie Summer Circuit, part of the 2022 Victory Bash. As you know, that's one of the premier fundraising events on the NIU Huskie Athletic calendar. The Victory Bash, the online auction, it's live now. It's open right now. In fact, it began yesterday. You'll find that at NIUHuskies.com/VEB auction. You can bid on Huskie gear. There's some team travel involved, some luxury trips, and they look really good. Some NIU autographed items, much, much more. That auction is going to close on Friday night, so you've got some time to deal with this. And remember, all of the proceeds will go towards supporting NIU Huskie student athletes. Well, time now to hear about these NIU Huskies. And to my right is a gentleman that I'll date a lot of these people. 20 years, Ray Gooden, women's volleyball here in DeKalb. An outstanding record, an outstanding program you put together. Tell us a little about as you get ready for this 20th season at the helm of women's volleyball. What's up? What's happening?
Not too much, Bill. Just it's great to be here. Great to have everyone out here. Really appreciate your support. Thank you guys all for coming out. Thank you for being here in person. It's been a while. It's been always fun to do the summer circuit. It's great to be with other coaches here, minus the jokes that are going on back behind me. But we're doing great though. Things are awesome. For me personally, it's been really good. I've been working with USA Volleyball a lot over the past spring and summer. I just got back last night from Shreveport, Louisiana, where our national team was playing there, and I was helping out as a staff member. I was also a coach with our national team development program, and also helping out with, with our Olympic team selection committee. So it's been good. It helps me become a better coach at NIU. We also were fortunate to have players, continuing the tradition of being able to play abroad. So we have one of our players this year, Ella Mahasevic. She's going to go and play on a team here in Europe this summer. That also, kind of helps us move forward from our season this past year.
What's the highlight schedule-wise?
We're lucky. I mean, we get a chance to host 2 tournaments. We're going to bring teams in from all around the country. We get a chance to go to 2 other places and get experiences for our team. But a chance for our fans to come see us in Victory Court is going to be a really big deal for us this year.
All righty, Coach, thank you so very much. Best of luck here in 2022. We got to move to your right just a little bit. As next up on the summer circuit appearance, a gentleman who arrived in DeKalb last August, as a matter of fact. He's NIU cross-country coach Jamie Moreno. And Coach, how many miles do you run along with your team during the weeks in between meets?
Myself, I'm slowing down definitely a lot. I turned the magic age of 50 this year. So as the years go on, my 3,000 to 4,000 miles a year running has kind of gotten a lot less, and I tend to bike a lot more. But I do run with the girls occasionally, and I try not to as much as I can, because sometimes there's conversations that go on with women that I probably don't need to be a part of. And I also need to give them their time to talk about me when I'm not around.
All right, give us an idea what's cross-country going to look like this coming season.
Well, we hope we're a lot better. As most of you guys know, our program won the MAC title 2 seasons ago. Coach Myers did an amazing job on his, I think, 5 years here, and he definitely elevated the program. So this year we kind of took a little bit of a back seat there. We had a few girls transfer out and several girls that graduated. And when I took over, I got here actually 2 days before school started. So 10 days after that, we had our first cross-country meet, which we probably weren't ready for. But I think it's been really good. We have a decent recruiting class coming in this year, but having this whole entire year to talk to juniors and seniors to be, I'm hoping that even next year it's really going to take off. So, yeah, we're getting there.
All righty, Jamie, we are looking forward to it. Thank you so very much for joining us. The Huskie Summer Circuit. We are in St. Charles, as this is the Pollyanna Brewing Company. We move along the newest head coach. In fact, gentlemen, I didn't recognize you when you walked in, and I realized why I didn't recognize you. Last March, you were at Saginaw Valley, and all of a sudden you find yourself in DeKalb. There's Michael O'Neill, and women's soccer is your expertise, and give us an idea there.
Yes, thank you. Good evening. Thank you for coming out, everyone. As Woody alluded to, I am the rookie of the group. Came in at the end of March, start of April, and don't really have much to reflect on. Again, only was able to work with the group for the last month of the semester, but yeah, excited to be here. Been a great month, 2 months. Moved my family up here last week, so really looking forward for the journey and the challenge ahead, and thrilled to be a part of Huskie Nation here. So.
Indeed, and as we move along, thank you, Coach, so very much. Looking forward to seeing everything in terms of women's soccer this coming fall. Very quickly, the highlight on your schedule, would you say? What's that can't miss match?
Yeah, so girls actually report for camp August 1st. They come around quick, and then we start up. I mean, can't miss is going to be August 18th. That's our opener. That's our season opener down in Eastern Kentucky. And then we start our conference schedule the last week of September, which is a grueling schedule, as always, in the MAC conference, very competitive schedule. But every game's going to be a grind, and I know that. But looking forward to the challenge, and I think the girls are up for it this year.
We will look forward to seeing you on the pitch.
Thank you.
This coming fall,
Appreciate it.
indeed. Thank you, Coach. We have a we got a couple of back champions in the house, and the first one, and we are going to hear from the 2021 Mid-American Conference champion men's soccer program. And of course, that means that they advanced into the NCAA in his 5th season as a Huskies, named the Mid-American Conference Coach of the Year. And we're talking about Ryan Swan. He's way down there at the end. Almost couldn't find you, Coach. Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you very much.
Had an outstanding campaign.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. It was a fantastic year. We went 15-3-2, so it was tied the school record for wins in a season, and won the MAC regular season and the conference tournament. And the MAC was second only to the ACC as far as a number of teams going to the national tournament. We got 5 of our 7 teams in there, and so to come top of that pile was fantastic stuff.
I guess the biggest question is, what do you do for the encore now in 2022?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, the boss has told me expectations have changed, so I got to figure it out. Yeah, tremendous year, and then obviously we had Anthony and Nick Markanik, who've been a huge part of our program for the last 4 years. Both were drafted into Major League Soccer. Anthony became the first player in program history to go in the first round, and then his twin brother Nick going just 4 picks later. In the draft as well was just tremendous. And now both have become the first players in program history to play MLS minutes, and both have been starting regularly. So a really exciting time for them and for the program.
MAC champion, Mid-American Conference champion,
Say that
Coach
again.
of the Year. Say that again.
Yeah.
Mid-American Conference champion in men's soccer. Nice one. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. Now I'd like to let you know about yet another opportunity to support NIU Huskie student athletes over the course of this particular week. Tomorrow night, that's Wednesday, June the 8th, the Summer Circuit. We're going to pack up and move up north to Rockford at Francesco's. And what a terrific Italian restaurant that is. If you're anywhere near that area, certainly need to come up that way. While that is going on, one of the most popular events, one of the most popular elements of the Victory Bash, the Wine and Spirits Pool. That is going to be taking place online at NIUHuskies.com/VEB auction. That is going to happen at 7 p.m. What happens is you purchase a number and that is only $40. And then you will receive a bottle or the bottle of wine or spirit that happens to match your number. It's fun. It could be worth up to $175. You won't know what you've won until the contents are revealed, and that is during the course of the poll. So that's what's going to make it fun and something you certainly need to participate in. Yeah, this is our summer circuit. We're live here in downtown St. Charles at the Pollyanna Brewing Company. To my right, one of my favorite ladies in terms of Huskie Athletics, Connie Teaberry is with us. You're chasing Ray Gooden, with the coach with the most longevity. He's got 20, but you're right behind with 18 years as the director of the NIU track and field program, and you got your fingers in the cross country, I think, a little bit as well. Tell us a little bit about last season and what to look forward to in 2023.
Well, the 2021-2022 season was a year of positive change. We hired a new assistant coach in Jordan Daphne and then Coach Marino for cross country. And it's always iffy when you wonder, what the program's going to be like when there's change. But the girls have bought in. We ended up third indoors, fourth outdoors. We had some MAC champions indoors with the 400, and then the outdoors with the 4x4 and 200, and sent 6 girls to the first round of the NCAA tournament. So it's been a great year.
I don't know if I've seen another program advance under one person the way I've seen this program advance under. You built this thing from scratch, didn't you, beginning 18 years ago? And look at you now.
I'm living on a high right now. We're 17 years in. Next year will be 18 years, and Ryan's right behind me, old man.
Any particular names we should look forward to very quickly for this 2022-23 campaign?
We've recruited some great guys. Jordan Daphne is our recruiting coordinator, and she's brought some great girls in that's going to be coming in for the new season, 400-meter runners, long jumpers, triple jumpers. We're trying to get it done. We're trying to fill some holes that third and fourth put us in so that we can fill those holes and get back to the top.
That could have helped you maybe 54 years ago, but not anymore. Not anymore. Connie, it's always a pleasure to talk. Even better to get a chance to sit next to you.
Likewise.
Connie Teaberry, thank you so
you.
very much for being with us. Another banner year for Huskie wrestling, to say the very least, and both in the mat and in the classroom. As next we'll hear from head coach Ryan Ludwig. Coach, welcome.
Hey, thanks. Thanks for having me here. Yeah, lots to live up to, especially on my half of the building in the Convocation Center. I'm in the hallway with Connie, with Ray, and with Ryan Swan, and with Michael, who's got a really cool accent. So, all right, a lot of things I have to live up to over there. But it was a great year for us. Great year for us. We are forever indebted to guys like Britt Wilson, who was an All-American last season and has been a tremendous leader for us over the last 5 years and just setting the bar for our culture change in our program and the things that have been positive moving forward. Mason Kaufman, who was an Elite 90 award winner and has won every academic award possible and was also a MAC champion. So this season, they led us to 3 MAC champions individually at the tournament, and it was great to sit in that seat for 3 matches in a row. 165, Isaac Olenek won it. Next was up Mason Kaufman, he won it. And then Britt Wilson won it at 184. So we never left the corner and had 3 champions, and that was an amazing feeling. Thank you. Those guys did a great job. We went down to the national tournament. All 3 of those guys went deep into the NCAA, so that was exciting. And then returning next year, we've got Isaac Olenek, who is a fantastic leader as well, so we're excited about him continuing that tradition. And then we've got guys returning like Bryce West, who's been to the tournament before, Anthony Chaloni, who's actually a product of the area. He's been to the tournament before. And then we've got an exciting newcomer named Blake West, who just went out to the U23 World Team Trials this past weekend and was a medalist. So he'll fill in for us at 125 next year. We're expecting big things from him. So hopefully you guys can come out to some matches next year. We'll see you there.
Coach, congratulations. Great year. Looking forward to next year. Head coach Ron Ludwig, and let's slip over to his right. And here is the master of the diamond for NIU baseball. 8 years worth of coaching what I like to call the NIU Husky Millsuckers. And Mike Kunagonis, he's a guy that whenever I want to know what's going to happen in the World Series, to kind of get it inside, I always ask this fella. He always tells me the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, I think the Red Sox have a great chance again this year. I don't see the Cubs or White Sox doing anything. I apologize to everybody. It's going to be the Red Sox. Sorry, guys. But listen, I'm just trying. I'm honestly, like right now, I don't know if I want to go home and watch this on replay because this guy's yoked out of his mind. I mean, look how jacked up he is. And then I just feel like I'm going to look here that I'm going to have to go home and do some push-ups and some pull-ups and some curls just to get my arms to look as big as this guy.
It's the guy from Boston.
But, hey, we're real excited. Unfortunately, we didn't have the year we wanted to have, but we're excited for the future of Husky ball. We got some great things happening. We've got a great class that is coming in this year. We've been really utilizing the transfer portal. We got a great group that's coming back. We had a very, very young group this year. We ended up having freshmen starting for us on Friday and on Saturday. Our top two arms are coming back, going to be sophomores. So we're super excited. And to go along with that is we got a new facility that's coming in. We're looking to break ground at the end of July, I believe, early August, putting turf into our infields. You know, so the investment from NIU and from the department is fantastic. So we're really excited for our future.
When do you begin putting the schedule together? Is that underway already for next season?
Yeah, we're about 2 years out in front. We're going to
years.
start at Oral Roberts next year, and then we're going to hopefully go down to Florida and play St. Bonaventure. And then we got Western Kentucky, and then we start MAC play that fourth weekend. We start very, very early and very, very cold.
Indeed, yeah. North of I-70, it's a challenge to play baseball, without question. Mike Kunagonis, thank you so much. Best of luck. Women's head softball coach completing year number 10, if I'm not mistaken, is Christina Sutcliffe. Coach, welcome. As it was my pleasure to be able to provide the public address system for you. And I hope I didn't mess it up too badly, but it was a pleasure watching your club compete.
It was an honor having you. Thanks for doing that. Yeah, we had an up and down year, unfortunately. We were a little bit younger in the circle and a little bit injured, but out of the year, we had some great things. We went down to Boca early and beat Indiana, so anytime you can take it to a Power 5 school, that's always a fun experience. But the season was capitalized by we had two All-MAC contenders, and then today it actually just got announced that Katie Keller got first team academic All-American for us. So that's obviously a huge honor for our program.
Yes, indeed. We saw that. We saw that. What's ahead for the 2023 version? What do you see?
What's ahead for us is a lot of headaches. We have 12 freshmen coming in. So half our roster flips to freshmen, mostly local players, so that's going to be fun. So it'll be nice to see our culture kind of change around and see what the youngsters can do.
All righty. Coach, thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Best of luck. 2023 is going to be here before you know it. And then all the way to the end, gymnastics coach, women's gymnastics coach Sam Moriali. Welcome, my friend. You're looking good down there. And I noticed you hopped up onto the stage. You didn't have to use the step like the rest of us.
Yeah, they were asking for me to flip up here or walk on my hands, but I'm not ready for that kind of stuff, so we're not going to do that tonight. But thanks, Bill. And thank you guys for coming out. And again, thanks for all your support. I know we say it a lot, but we can't chase championships and try to do what we do without you guys doing what you guys do. So again, thank you for that. Yep. Give him a hand. Super happy with where we are gymnastically right now. We're in a really good upswing as far as just trying to chase that MAC championship every year. Over the last 4 championships, we've been either second or first, so really happy with that. This past year, we lost by 1/10.5, which realistically is a step when you land. So we were right where we wanted to be, so super happy about that. Ended up getting 2 kids into the postseason. Both those kids were MAC champions on given events. So athletically, we're just really where we want to be. Super excited about the future with bringing a solid group of 6 freshmen in who are going to make us better. I mean, that's one of the great things about college coaching and those kinds of things. Yeah, we graduate experience every year, but it's always exciting bringing that next group in and what they're going to bring to the program and how they're going to help you. So the goal is what we've had now is going to help us bring better kids in to make us better in the future, and that future is this year. Our biggest focus is being a regional qualifying team. So that's kind of what we're trying to do.
All righty, Coach. Best of luck again, as always. You keep that thing together. You keep that rolling, because you are consistently up at the top of the Mid-American Conference.
I appreciate it, and that's the goal, right? That's what
Indeed.
we're all trying to do.
Indeed.
And it's tough chasing these guys here because everybody up here wants to do the same thing I'm doing. So there's definitely some competition up here too. So.
And by the way, I want to let everybody know that you stuck the landing when you leapt up onto the stage here. You looked really good at that, my
Oh,
friend.
Bill, you're killing me, man.
Okay, we're live at the Pollyanna Brewing Company. We are in downtown St. Charles. This is the Huskie Bash, as we're having a little bit of fun with this, to say the very least. You know, it's great to be able to be together here once again. We have the last couple of years, we had to do everything virtually. But what we learned, what we discovered, was how easy it is to connect with the past and to celebrate the amazing athletic tradition that we have here at Northern Illinois. Now, 2 nights from now, that'll be this Thursday, June the 9th. It'll be right here on the NIU Athletics YouTube channel. Members of the 2012 NIU football team are going to be with us. They're going to look back at that historic Orange Bowl season. That is going to be a treat. Huskies, of course, made history, becoming the first Mid-American Conference team to get into a BCS bowl game. And you're going to hear some behind-the-scenes stories. I can't wait to hear what Jordan Lynch has to say, but he'll have a couple. I know Jimmy Ward is going to be there. Tommy Lee Lewis, much more. You'll see highlights from throughout that season as well. And remember to check out the content on the NIU Athletics YouTube channel. You can do that all week long and subscribe to keep up with your NIU Huskies. Let's continue, everybody. Summer Circuit. We are in St. Charles, the Pollyanna Brewing Company. Welcome back to the NIU Athletics YouTube channel. Something special here tonight, something special all season long, and that's why you need to subscribe to this channel. Well, here's Kim Kester. She is on my right. It was kind of a history-making year for you, wasn't it, to say the very least? And 2022, I mean, Mid-American Conference Coach of the Year, a club that finished, second, I think, and really, when you look, I'll mention Kent State, because I don't know how many, was it 25, 26, 27 years they have won the league. So finishing at the number 2 spot is kind of like winning the Mid-American Conference Championship, isn't it, Kim?
Most people will say that. We're coming for them. We're right there on the doorstep. It was a great year. You know, first of all, thanks everybody for being here tonight. As many coaches mentioned, we can't thank guys enough for being here. I've got to give a special shout out to one of the first players in the program when I started, Jenny Nemec, her softball team, for being here tonight. And they kick-started it for us, right? You know, she was one that got us to the position we're in today, where we're knocking on Kent State's door, finishing second. Jasmine Lee won the MAC championship this year, qualified for regionals. Mm-hmm. So we went to Ann Arbor. She had a great performance there, but we're right there.
Yes, indeed. So what's the outlook as far as 2023 is concerned? How do you catch Kent State? How do you catch up with those people?
You know, the gap's closing each year, and, you know, we lose Caroline Klemp and Sofia Gomez and Enriquez Riart, who have been great players to the program, but we pick up Sid Naro from Michigan State. So, you know, adding her and, you know, the rest of the players, Joe, Jazz, Era, everybody else, Emily, you know, stepping up a little bit. Next year is going to be a great year, and I think next year will be our year.
How's your golf game, personally?
Mine?
Yes.
Well, today it was
You
terrible.
once told me you had a hole in one.
I did. Last
Still working on that second one?
yeah. Maybe tomorrow. I got to play tomorrow, but today was terrible. Tomorrow will be better. John's is way better than mine. I let him do all the playing for
All
NIU
right,
golf.
I'll tell you what, we'll move over that way and say goodbye to Kim. Kim, thank you so very much. And welcome in the gentleman who's just completed his third season leading the NIU men's golf team. And welcome, John Carlsen.
Thanks.
Well, you know, you look like a golfer. I mean, you look like a golfer.
Well, I played golf most of my life, so I
can
guess
tell that.
that's a good thing.
You just look like a
Is
golfer.
it because of the way I dress, or like clean
Well,
cut,
no,
or what?
You just look like a golfer. I mean, I could see you walking down the green with a bunch of clubs over. You look like a golfer. Tell us about your squad.
Well, we're excited about what we're doing at NIU Golf. I think that I told a recruit today on the phone. I said we're making history. The last 2 years, 2 top finishes in the last 30 years of what we've done at men's golf here. So I'm excited about what we're doing. We got great players coming in. We got great players in the program. I'm not really so worried about catching Kent State. Kent State on the men's side's won 18 of the last 20 titles. I actually think we're right there with Kent State already.
What is in the water in Kent, Ohio, when it comes to golf?
You know what? They've got great facilities like we do here at Rich Harvest Farms. And in comparison, they recruit from a little bit, I would say, more of a golf-rich high school area than we do. But that doesn't really matter to me too much. We have the right players in here to beat them right now.
A couple of names we should keep an eye on out when you get around to the 2023 campaign.
We have a lot of excitement, really. I mean, growing within our program. And we have 3 of our top players back. We have the top player from California coming in, and we have 2 top transfers coming in. So I really feel like everyone on the team is going to be vying for a spot this year. The competition within the team is going to be great, and I just feel like that's going to not only help us win MAC championships going forward, but we're going to be competing for national titles.
All righty, John. Thank you so much. Best of luck. Here's a gentleman who is in terms of longevity, he's number 3 insofar as Huskie Athletics is concerned, and he's the winningest coach in men's tennis history here in DeKalb. Patrick Fisher, tell me, how much do you like that new indoor facility at what is now Chick Evans Fieldhouse, the tennis courts?
Oh, wow, Bill. If I could tell you what it was like in 2009 to now, it's obviously a huge upgrade. We're very, very gracious and thankful to Dave and Linda Nelson. It's a complete game changer from what we've had to do in the past, and driving up and back and forth to Rockford and now being able to play on campus is absolutely huge. But, I want to say, obviously, thanks to, TJ, our sport AD, and, Lisa, who's been my sport AD, and most importantly, Sean, who's, given all the green lights to all these good things that have made it better for us here.
And as we move along to this next campaign, coming off of a nice 2022 campaign, what happens in 2023? What do you see?
Well, what happened? You said what happened. So in the year previous, we had a great year. We won a lot, finished like 21-3, and was top 40 in the country. We had five of the 6 starters coming back. We started off this year 6-0, and then the wheels fell off, and we had some injuries and some usual circumstances, but we hung in there. We fought all the way. We didn't quit till the end, and we finished 3rd in the regular season, lost in the semifinals, and so not really the result we were looking for, but we got a lot of good things coming up. We lose a lot of our team, a lot of our experience, but we have a junior college national champion that's coming here next year. We've got 6 new guys coming, so we got a brand new team. A lot of young guys, and sometimes people think, well, you have a young team, doesn't mean good, but usually when we bring our guys, we expect to compete for a championship, play for a trophy.
All righty, Patrick, you've got a gentleman to your right, and Eric Burns. We're going to hear from next women's tennis head coach. He's completing season number 3 here in DeKalb, if I'm not mistaken. You've got the Huskies on the move. You got them on the rise without question. Do you bounce things off of each other?
I mean, I've known Patrick for many years before I got here. I mean, we used to just, I'd be at Wright State or at IPFW, give him a call. We'd talk for an hour about sports. Half the time wasn't even about tennis, but I mean, I remember when we made the Orange Bowl run, that was a hot topic. We were talking about that. So, you know, known him for a long time. It's great to work with him. But, you know, we've got some momentum going here with the women's team. You know, most wins we've had since 89, 90. This year was 17. You know, kind of got off to a rough start in the MAC. Started out 1-5, but finished really strong and got it to 4-6. And we have 5 of our 6 starters coming back and a nationally ranked recruiting class coming in for 2022-23.
What is the biggest challenge you face at this point in time at the Mid-American Conference, and who are you chasing in the league?
Well, I mean, it's really a balanced league throughout. I mean, Miami and Ball State have been the top teams, but, you know, on any given day, you know, the 8th place team could beat the top team. So it's really just about building that consistency with our program and that belief that we can go out and beat anyone in the league on any given day.
All righty, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
Continued success. Ladies and gentlemen, let me point out the fact that the number 88, very important. We're just 88 days away, if you can believe that, from the kickoff of the 2022 football season at Huskie Stadium. Even closer, if you want to think about it, to that first serve of Huskie volleyball. That's on Victor E. Court, of course. It's going to be an exciting season. Vanderbilt is going to come to NIU. Something we've all been waiting for. Toledo is going to play in DeKalb on a Saturday, and it's going to be homecoming. That is going to be a whale of the day. And of course, you've got the Mallory Cup matchup. She's a little enthusiastic, isn't she? The Mallory Cup matchup with Miami, that is going to take place in DeKalb during the month of November. You know, we can't say this enough. Season tickets, they are by far your best value and a great way to show your support for these programs. You can get season tickets right here today or tomorrow up at Francesco's in Rockford on the Summer Circuit. All you need to do, if you can't be here, just hop online at iuhuskies.com/tickets, or you can phone 815-753-PACK. That's 815-753-7225, and do that during regular business hours. Welcome back. The Pollyanna Brewing Company. Lisa Carlsen is now 2 by right. Women's head basketball. It is hard to believe this is season number 8. That's gone by. It just doesn't seem like I've known you that long. But the ladies, I mean, you've got a knack. Regardless, I know you've had some rough injuries over the course of your tenure, but you've got a knack of keeping them competitive, and you're always there. You're always in the hunt for something in the Mid-American Conference.
Yeah, I mean, like you mentioned, Bill, you know, being in a situation where you have some pretty critical and untimely injuries, to be able to finish 4th in the league and put ourselves in position to go to Cleveland, in a lot of ways has been a really successful year for us.
Indeed. So what are the names, and then what are we looking for 2023?
Well, first let me start by recognizing a couple people in the crowd. You know, 2 really critical pieces to our success. Adam Tandez is here as my associate head coach, and a very familiar face to Huskie Nation and women's basketball, Paulina Castro, who is our new director of basketball operations.
And you have a new director of basketball operations, do you not?
We do, and she's going to do a phenomenal job. You know, again, somebody who's been an integral part of our success in the last, 6 years. We're super excited to have Paulina on staff and excited about what her profession will lead her to in women's basketball. But, you mentioned a couple of critical pieces to our success, and those pieces are returning. There's going to be 3 names that I'm going to give you. One is, in my opinion, the best point guard in the league, in Shelby Coker, who was an All-MAC performer this year despite missing the last 13 games of the year with an injury.
There's a lot to be said for her colleagues and my colleagues voting her an All-MAC performer when she misses half of the league season. But her rehab has gone great. She's going to come back stronger than ever. The other person I'm going to mention is John A. Poison, who a lot of like some of our football guys is in her 7th year, which is hard to believe. And again, in my opinion, the best shooter in the league. An all-conference performer. John A. has really been a staple to what we've done in the last couple of years, especially. And then probably the most notable person on the roster, a local product in Asia Davis. Somebody who led the league in rebounding, was top 10 in the league in double-doubles, was top 10 in the league in reboundings in the season. A lot of statistical great accomplishments for Asia, but I think the thing that I love the most about her is she's never satisfied with the next step. She's hungry for being able to hang a banner and be a MAC champion as a team, along with her individual accolades. So, those 3 individuals will all be returning, and I couldn't be more excited about it.
Indeed, no question about that. Now the schedule. I always like to know what you've got tucked away. I know you go to Notre Dame, and that alone is. You open the season at Notre Dame, is that correct?
We do.
Indeed. I mean, so that's.
We might as well just jump right in and go
Exactly,
to South
why
Bend
not?
and see what happens.
But usually I ask what the can't miss game is going to be at home, and I don't have to answer that. I don't have to have you because I know it's DePaul. DePaul is coming back for the first time in I don't know how long.
It is. It's been a very long time since DePaul has come out to DeKalb, but for the first time in a very long time, they will be doing that. We open at South Bend against Notre Dame, and then we jump right at home against DePaul, so I'm sure we'll be 2-0. No problem.
You heard it.
It's just exciting from a historical perspective, I think, to play DePaul. Coach Bruno is still there. And a lot of great memories for a lot of fans when great games were taking place at the field house. So I think for DePaul to come back to the Convocation Center, again, from a fan's perspective, it'll be a great event for us.
Wish you the best as always. Always exciting, always great to watch, and looking forward to it. Home opener when? What do you approximately?
DePaul
what
will
date?
be our home opener.
And what do you have the date in mind right there?
Help me out, Adam. November 12th.
November 12th. Okay, mark that on your calendar, without question. Thank you, Lisa. Well, there's a gentleman who is making his very first in-person appearance on the Huskie Summer Circuit. He was with us last year. We did it all virtually. It was digital. And most people, they were in their den, they were in their office, sometimes in the kitchen. This guy, the back of a limo, going to LAX. Where were you driving?
No, I was actually.
Rashon Burno.
Yeah, I was in back of a Uber going to LAX. I was coming off vacation, so.
I mean, it was interesting watching the picture kind of when you were making those left-hand turns in California.
Traffic was a little brutal coming out of LA, but I made it. It was fun, unexpected to be on that call. I thought I had a little bit more time, but you made it work for me.
Well, last season you took us to Seattle to open up the campaign. You took us to places like Jacksonville, Florida, Columbia, Missouri, Bloomington, Indiana, Dayton, Ohio, Milwaukee, Wisconsin to play Marquette. Let me make that. What's on your list this year? I think everybody wants to know where we're going.
Well, it'll be a little bit more balanced. We actually play a home game in November, so that's a plus for us.
Okay.
Our first home game, November 7th. But we went out and challenged the schedule. We got Northwestern at Northwestern, which would be a big time opportunity for us. Anytime you play in state, you get a chance to set the tone, not just for this season, but also for seasons to come from a recruiting standpoint. So the schedule is very competitive. We got VCU at VCU. We got Northern Iowa. So a really competitive schedule, but we also balance with some games at home, which was my priority going into the offseason.
No question. All right, bevy of names, bevy of different faces, different names are going to join the program this year. We've got a couple of people, though, to kind of lead us, especially in the backcourt as we move into this campaign, don't you?
Yeah, we lost some really good players. We lost Trendon to graduation, and so what I wanted to do with this year's roster, we needed to become a better offensive team. Statistically, last year, we were top 5 in every defensive category, but we were opposite end on the offensive end. So I went out and got a guy by the name of David Coit, who's a point guard who averaged about 30 and about 12 assists, JUCO All-American. We went out and got Another kid, Zarik Nutter, who's about 6'6", athletic wing, who's a JUCO All-American. And then the number one thing, we wanted to go out and get shooting. And so we were able to get some really good international kids that can really stretch the floor, to really play alongside Keyshawn Williams, who was honorable mention, all-league. He had 4+ games of 30 or more. He's going to be in a better space because he's going to be around guys that can really stretch the floor. We brought in some 4s and 5s that can do multiple things. We got a young kid who I think talent-wise is, really, at the top of the league in regards to talent. 6'10" kid out of Germany. He's going to be a special player. But we really wanted to go out and just get guys who compete. Mm-hmm. And so the competition within practice is going to be phenomenal.
Looking forward to that. What would be the can't-miss non-conference game at home that everybody's just got to see, do you think?
I think they all should be games that we should come out to anytime, and it sets the tone for the league.
When do we play that game in November? Is that our opening game by chance?
That's our opening game, so November 7th. Please be out. Season starts a little bit earlier for this year, but please come out November 7th. It's an opportunity to set the tone for the MAC conference play. As we all know, it's a competitive league. Last year's team did a phenomenal job. We beat 3 of the top 4 teams. So I'm looking to build on that momentum, but we got to protect home court first. So November 7th starts that.
Well, not only did you beat 3 of the top 4 teams, 2 of them, the 2 that played in the Mid-American Conference Championship, correct me if I'm incorrect here, but I'm talking about Akron and I'm talking about Kent State. They played for the MAC title, correct?
Yeah.
And you beat them, and you beat them at Akron, and you beat them in Kent.
Yeah, and listen, the team is going to be extremely competitive, but we didn't do a good job at home. And so throughout the offseason, that's been a topic of conversation for us as a staff, is you got to protect home. We were, I think, tied for the most wins on the road within the MAC, but we did a poor job at home. And so your support, continued support would be definitely appreciated. If we can set the tone by protecting home, it'll set us up for a really, really good season next year.
Coach, best of luck. Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Looking forward to it. Head coach Rashon Burno. All right. Well, time to bring in the closer. I mean, if this was baseball, we'd be talking about the closer. We'd be talking about Liam Hendricks or somebody like that. But our guy is an academic All-American. Our guy is a Mid-American Conference champion. Our guy rushed for 1,000 yards in his playing career. And our guy was the 2021 Mid-American Conference Football Coach of the Year. Our guy is Thomas Hammock. Good evening, Coach.
How we doing?
We're doing well.
I was hoping you say I look like a golfer, but maybe next year. Maybe next year.
What did we find out about the 2022 NIU Huskies during the recently completed spring drills, those 15 practices that you had?
No, I think what you found out is you have a hungry group, a resilient group, a competitive group, and that's carried over into the summer. These guys are competing. We've had them here for about almost 2 weeks. And these guys, last year was last year, it's in the past, it's in the rearview mirror, and they are anticipating what's happening this season. And I couldn't be more proud of them. My staff is doing a phenomenal job with the players, keeping them grounded, keeping them in attack mode of the things that we need to do to make sure that we're in a position to be successful. And our freshmen come in this weekend, so we'll get them indoctrinated into our program, the standards, the expectations. But when they walk into our program, they're going to see a bunch of guys that know how to compete. And it's exciting time for us, and couldn't be more excited to get to camp.
You're building this thing around Rocky Lombardi again. I mean, he's got a year into this program, and he's won a Mid-American Conference Championship. How much better can he be in
he could be a lot better. But really, we built our program around our offensive and defensive lines. Yes. That's where we win. We win in the trenches. And Rocky was a beneficiary of that. So was our running backs, and so was everybody else. So if we can protect him and take care of him, then he can make plays. But it starts up front. And we got 4 starters coming back, and we got a young kid coming in that's going to be a center, Pete Niagara, who's already established himself as a leader. And we won't miss a beat up front. And I think that experience is going to help us and allow Rocky to do the things to elevate his game to another level.
Tell me about the running back room.
yeah, it should be one of the best groups in the country. You know, if I can't get that group right, then I shouldn't be here. So, you know, I think, but besides that, I got a phenomenal running back coach, Nick McKissick-Luke. I believe he's one of the best coaches in the country. I have complete faith in him and what he does with that group. And he's got the talent in that room to make that group special.
Receivers, tight ends, quick synopsis?
Yeah, no, we feel good. I think we have a chance to be very explosive and dynamic. We're going to try to utilize those guys. We got 5 incoming freshmen that we were anxious to see at the receiver position to go along with the guys that's made plays. So we feel like we can really make another jump on offense that we've made the last 3 years.
So let's jump over to the defensive side. Do we have a linebacker that has been here 8 or 9 years now?
No, Cal Pugh is, you know, he's got some experience. I can say that. But we're certainly happy to have him. His leadership, his experience. He's an older statesman of the room. He's another coach on the field, and our young guys look to him, and I think that's important. And his leadership, we're gonna lean on him, and I think I really believe our defense will make a jump.
Coach, he's got a couple of gray hairs too, I noticed.
Yeah, no, he's you know, they said that he came when the indoor was built. So they have a lot of jokes for Cal Pugh as far as his age is concerned. Some of them appropriate, some of them inappropriate. We'll just keep it at that.
How much more difficult is your job this season? I mean, you've got the talent, you've got the people that you need to do it, and you certainly have them on the right path. But once you win a championship, then everybody's chasing you, and you become the game that everybody has circled on their calendar. And how do you fight that?
Yeah, you know, we don't look at external factors. I mean, that never comes into play. I believe they picked us last season, so we didn't pay attention to that. So we're definitely not going to pay attention wherever they pick us. We have a standard of expectation that we believe in, and our players are trying to attack that each and every single day.
You've got the SEC coming into town. You've got Vanderbilt. You're going to go to Kentucky, who reportedly has one of the better quarterbacks, one of the top 5 quarterbacks, I think, in the country, and a pretty good running back to go along with him. And then you're going to go to Tulsa. Also, you've got Eastern Illinois coming in, and then that Mid-American Conference schedule. You like the schedule? You like the idea of having Toledo at home on homecoming?
No, I love the schedule. I love the way it sets up. You know, opening up the season on Thursday night, you got some extra time to get ready for Tulsa, and then you know, in the MAC, you don't get a bye week. You get a mini bye. So to allow our players to have extra time to prepare makes a difference. Those are the guys that's going out there playing. And we want to make sure we're cognizant to take care of our players. And couldn't be more excited. We got some great tests. Obviously, one of my coaches went to Vanderbilt. So we got that game circled on our schedule.
There you go.
Week 3, you know, just to remind him, you know, we are, you know, what we are. But obviously, Eastern Illinois coming here, we'll be ready to play that first game.
No question about that. Head coach Thomas Hammock. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's this time. We turn it over to you a little bit now for the next couple of minutes. We got some time. We want to take a couple of questions. I know a couple of you have been jotting things down on napkins, and you've got some ideas. If you'd like to ask something of one of the coaches behind us, please don't hesitate to do that. But we have Lisa, and we have Rashon, and we have Thomas with us on the front lines right now. Anybody with a question for any of our coaches, any of our head coaches, just kind of raise your hand and let us know, and we'll go from there. Questions? Come on. I saw a couple even kind of, there we go, right over here by the barrel. Can we get the cable that far? I think so. There we go.
Hello, this question goes for Lisa Carlsen. You didn't talk about any of your newcomers. Who tops your list on that? And could you divulge a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned 3 returners in Asia Shelby and John A., and I think our biggest focus in the recruiting process was to put talent around them. So we went out and got 4 different transfers. One of them is from the University of Wisconsin, who played in all 28 games for the Badgers, who can fill in at the other forward position. I think she's going to be a great player for us in Tara Stoffaker. And then we got 2 junior college national champions, actually, from Kirkwood Community College, both of them starters on a team that went, I think, 36-1 and won the national title. One of them is Courtney Drake, who shot, I think, 46% from three-point range. So we feel like, especially if we can give Asia room to work, that's a really good thing for us. So as far as the transfer portal, also the junior college ranks, I feel like we've really surrounded our core with some extremely talented players as well. So we're excited about that.
All righty, thank you. Let's look around the room once again to see if anybody else has any questions. Not time to be bashful, right? It's not often you get a chance to go face to face with these people and just kind of let them know your mind, what's in the back of your mind, and what you're looking forward to, and what you're hoping to see. Questions? Come on, just one or two here. They're right up. Now you're going to have to kind of work your way down because I don't know if we have quite that much cable. You got a good length there, but I'm not quite sure if it's going to go that far. There we go.
This is for Coach Burno. So what would you expect as like the toughest part of the upcoming schedule this upcoming basketball year?
I would say just managing minutes. For the first time, we're going to be too deep at every position, and all these guys are competitors, and so they're going to have an expectation of playing right away. So just managing that, and then obviously from a health standpoint, keeping everybody healthy. Okay. We hope to keep practice as competitive as games, and so you hope that you get your guys in the right space physically and mentally to go out and compete. So those will be the two areas of concern.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. We're back. Time for just a couple of more questions from the Pollyanna Brewing Company. This is the Huskie Summer Circuit. And here we go.
Coach Hammock, congratulations on the great year last year and being Coach of the Year. Not putting any doom and gloom on next year, but looking at football is a game of injuries, obviously. And then looking forward to the following year, if, let's say, something happened, Rocky goes down, can you tell us a little bit about the backup quarterback class and who would go in there, and then what's looking towards 2023?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. We have complete confidence in Ethan Hampton. He would be our backup quarterback. Justin Lynch is another guy. Jeff Lomax is a guy that's working extremely hard in our program. We feel extremely confident with the quarterback situation. That is doom and gloom, but I can respect the question. No, I can respect the question. No, but certainly we want Rocky to play his senior season, but we feel good about the quarterbacks we have in our program.
Thank you, Coach. Time for one more. If we have one more, let's do this. One more from downtown St. Charles as we talk to you via the NIU Huskie Athletic YouTube channel. Subscribe, won't you? I mean, many, many opportunities to see programs like this, highlights, press conferences, different things. You need to subscribe and get in on the ground floor of NIU Huskie Athletics. Okay, we just about done. Is that going to do it? Do we have one more? Do we have one more? Well, I tell you what, let me do this as we wrap up tonight's program. First of all, let me thank our partners, the NIU Alumni Association, for example, for being here and for their efforts in putting all of this together. It's not an easy thing to do. Also, a huge thanks to the Pollyanna Brewing Company. This is our first visit here in downtown St. Charles, and believe you, we're going to be back. And you need to stop by if you're anywhere near the St. Charles area. They are on Riverside Drive, just about half a block or so south of Main Street, Route 64. You know that as North Avenue if you're from the Chicagoland area. And also, thank you to everybody who joined us tonight via our YouTube broadcast. We certainly appreciate you. We'd love to see you in person. We'll be at Rockford tomorrow night. If you can make it up that way and enjoy the festivities, please do that. And finally, thank you to everybody that came out here tonight to Pollyanna. We appreciate your presence, and we're so happy that you are with us. That will close our YouTube show at this particular point in time. For those of you here in the room, you received a ticket, I think, when you came in, and we will have some raffle drawings. We're going to be doing that in just a moment. In the meantime, again, thank you for coming. Go Huskies. We'll see you in DeKalb. And from downtown St. Charles, good night, everybody.